3-0'd and then have climbed all the way here since. So we'll see as we're starting up with game one, as Marckiemoo and Futurebubble are going to try to put a stop to this elimination run that Sandstorm and Mounir have been trying to make happen.
This should be good. I mean, we kind of talked about a little bit as these guys are kind of settled in here, but we were talking last night and Sandstorm, he's like, he didn't have a teammate, I didn't have a teammate. Like, it was just literally one of those things. And like you said, it's working out very well for them so far. Sandstorm's going to go ahead and control the ground. They are picking him up with a signature. No follow-up really from Mounir there.
Okay, and Mounir going to go ahead and kind of bide the side here. I mean, of course, with Teros, you know, really strong right now. Oh, doesn't get the save there with the recovery. It just barely doesn't connect. And so that's going to be a tough one for Sandstorm. But Mounir going to come back with that invulnerability, probably going to pick up a hammer and try to get things going.
Sends Futurebubble way out to the left side. Now we got that 2v1 as we see Marckiemoo going to go ahead and fall off the right side. Oh, big, huge downlight from Mounir. Going to go ahead and clear the stage. As Marckiemoo now has a cannon in hand, going to force everybody back over to the left side. But now we see a power play from blue team as they're trying to put hands on Marckiemoo. Oh, nice reversal. Going to go ahead and send Sandstorm up and out of here.
All right, you can see right now Mounir trying to come down with the side air. That down tick doesn't hit Futurebubble. I don't know how, to be honest. That side air from Marckiemoo is going to catch onto Mounir. Mounir's going to fall again. Extremely early stock and a team combo and the pass back and the stock as we see a beautiful 2v1 conversion during that downtime. And they almost extended into another there onto Mounir. Mounir's been falling so fast, and Sandstorm as well. I mean, the 2v1 combo you can't do much about, but at least they're able to find something there. A double wipe to make things a little bit closer. If they're able to get Marckiemoo now we can have a 2v1 setup. Yeah,
right now it's just Futurebubble having that whole stock advantage over everyone on the map as they're putting up some good damage on Sandstorm as he gets caught in that 2v1 situation there. Sandstorm drops back to the right side. Little team combo for blue team there. Mounir not quite enough momentum to send Futurebubble out of here off that stock, but they've got him way close to knockout range.
Okay, and that's not going to be enough here. Sandstorm trying to get some space. Mounir in the deep red. I think they were hoping that that combo would have at least knocked out one of them, right? Because they don't have the ability to combo both members because that down tick from Sandstorm can only hit one person, but didn't give them that opportunity they were looking for.
This actually is not too bad for blue team right there. So if we put Sandstorm in the situation now, he is kind of getting down to red here, but if they can just hold it, get that stock out of here, this is very, very doable for both teams here. Futurebubble has a lot of health to be able to pull out this this 2v1 situation, and then Sandstorm and Mounir, as long as they can not take any damage here, should be able to get the job done as they are putting in a really good edge guard here.
Yeah, if you're Futurebubble, you have to be able to get Mounir, but he's going to make it as difficult as possible, and they are weapon-starving Futurebubble as well. Perfect Odin spawn right there to be able to get that, but still not going to be enough. Beautiful interrupt from Mounir as well.
Beautiful interruption.
Well, that might be it.
Bro, look, Marckiemoo can't believe it. Marckiemoo looks so surprised right now. No. Okay, all right. So we're gonna go ahead. I'll say it as we look at this replays.
That's a throw.
That is a throw.
That's a throw and a half.
Mounir did not play his half of the team that game, losing those two stocks very early, and then just absolutely sending his teammate out of the game. That is a very, very rough. Oh God, we really had to watch it again. Production, that's rough. That's rough. That is a one way to lose a game number one. We're gonna see if we can get some sort of rally and some sort of commitment from Mounir here in game number two.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you just got to walk it off. I mean, even look at their faces when that happened. I mean, they just kind of laughed about it, right? What else are you supposed to do? I mean, that's just the way things are. It is what it is, and you got to move on. But hopefully that's not sitting too far in the back of their head, because realistically, I mean, they had that game pretty much won. And honestly, maybe they shouldn't have let it get that close to begin with. So they're going to try to win even harder here as Mounir and Sandstorm are trying to regain their bearings, as Marckiemoo and Futurebubble really know how to capitalize when they find these openings.
And I'm glad you pointed that out, because it is a really good observation that even with the big mistakes we saw from Mounir in that game, it was still super, super close. Yeah. So it kind of makes me a little worried for this red team if Mounir is able to have a decent game here and get things back together. Get in sync with Sandstorm, as Sandstorm is actually the first to drop in game number two.
Yeah, that one's a tough spot because Sandstorm was charging that down sig and Mounir was standing in front of him, and he was just waiting for him to not be in the way, and that also gave the Marckiemoo and Futurebubble so much more time to get the punish. Similarly, Mounir didn't have a weapon in hand either, so he couldn't weapon throw to stop it from happening.
I like that weapon throw, stopping the momentum. Ooh, Marckiemoo reaching out there just in case he had to put hands on Futurebubble to protect him.
Oh, nice combo.
Oh, very nice.
Chase dodge as well. And really able to extend it. And Mounir now kind of doing a good job here. Kind of comes in a little early, right? Like that's what we've noticed. That's how they lost the last game. Is Sandstorm, you know, going for these boot strings, and it seems like Mounir maybe not too familiar with when Sandstorm's done, runs in to try and get a punish.
Not real sure how to get those follow-ups off of that weapon, but they seem to be in better stride here in game number 2 for sure. But things are still super close, and I say that as Sandstorm is sitting down to his final stock.
Oh, and Marky drops that delay recovery. Huge drop. Gives him another opportunity to get more damage here, but not that much more as the recovery's going to hit. Sandstorm getting comboed here. Oh, almost get him off the top there, but luckily that NSIG from Onyx sends more to the side than it does send up.
Oh, Marckiemoo is going to get sent down, put him on his last stock. Futurebubble trying to hold on to this, see if we can get any more bonus damage after it. Mounir going over, putting that axe all over Sandstorm again, and that's big damage coming off that Taros.
Yeah, they're just having too much of an issue of stepping on each other's toes. Luckily, Sandstorm was able to survive that, and thank goodness, too, because that was his last stock, but they really need a huge conversion here to make things happen.
Absolutely. See if they can try and focus in some damage on this red team. Futurebubble, though, still keeping control of the stage. Going to step back. They're trying to stay out of the way. Nice side stick from Mounir is going to clear the stage, send Marckiemoo all the way off. A second one's going to follow it up. And now we have the 1v1 between Futurebubble and Mounir.
Okay, and Mounir can definitely do this, especially considering how things started off there. I think Mounir actually really did carry his own, making sure that this last game is going to end closely, but he gets that side light, he doesn't get the nair, gets a punish right there, and Futurebubble just mashing out signatures. And honestly, like, sometimes that's what you got to do, right?
Absolutely.
Like, especially in a situation like that where you can tell that, like, Mounir needs to get damage first, right? So he's looking for opportunities to rack up that damage, and if your answer is just, I'm going to keep attacking and make him think I'm not scared of him, sometimes you just get the game.
And especially when you have such a speed advantage in that situation going up against Taros, it definitely, you know, it's kind of a good strategy. Throw out those really fast signatures, try and catch a lucky hit and send them packing. And just like that, this is not how I would have
it just needed to be cleaner, you know what I mean? But as you said, like, it was a matter of he didn't have a teammate, I didn't have a teammate. And we're watching that happen in real time where it's like there's what I can only describe as maybe slop is too steep of a word.
Yeah,
but it's
a little steep, Flambo. It's a little steep.
It's not as pristine as it should be.
Exactly.
You know?
This is definitely not a team that has been playing together for the last 6 months that, you know, is inside each other's heads. There we go. Very good conversion. If they can get the stock here to start off game number 3, maybe put some life back into their elimination side run here. Futurebubble, okay, nice little 2-piece coming off stage. Marckiemoo going to follow it up. Sandstorm coming up from behind, or from underneath, going to clear it out.
Yeah, we do have a swap over to Ogrim from Mounir from the Taros. We'll see if that really matters much. I mean, at this point, Mounir just ends up losing his first stock really quick, and we know that Marky and Futurebubble are just such a strong team here that it's like, you know, if you're making these legend swaps, you got to be dang sure, because look, down sig coming out from Marckiemoo, man, just to get one. Mounir trying to force him off the corner. They're stuck on this ledge here, and Sandstorm's not using a weapon that has the range to force him out the corner. Luckily, able to get double KO. That's the wipe they're looking for, and now a slight lead for the blue team, but they need to be consistent here about these leads, you know what I mean? This is like the last time they got a lead, they lost the game.
Absolutely. No, it was a really good job from Mounir over there on the right side. Did a great job using the range of that axe to be able to just kind of, as you see that stock come off, to be able to kind of thread that needle in there and clear just enough space to get him and his teammate back up on the stage and try and make some sort of rally here. As Mounir is on his final stock, Sandstorm finally coming off his first.
Yeah, this is looking rough. And we saw Sandstorm dash over to the left side of the stage, just trying to help and save Mounir, but he was just never in a position where he could really do anything about it without putting his stock at risk. And now, I mean, Mounir taking way too much damage, getting caught here in the orange. I mean, Ogrim does have high defense, but not going to be able to survive much longer, which puts a lot of pressure on Sandstorm to find these openings. Great interrupt from Mounir, though, trying to minimize the amount of damage that Sandstorm's taking. But at the end of the day, like, he is getting beat up right now.
Like, you can just see the difference in synergy. Marckiemoo and Futurebubble, they are hand in hand. They are in stride, throwing down the team combos, and is all up to the 4-time world champion, trying to get this clutch here in game number 3.
Yeah, this one's going to be tough for sure. I mean, you can see he's trying to lock in here, but he got 4 stocks to get through. They start the team combo. They've done this so many times. You know how it ends.
Say bye-bye.
The down sig, and that is GG. 3-0 Marckiemoo and Futurebubble over Mounir and Sandstorm after what I can only call a disastrous ending to game 1.
And I think that game 1 really kind of set the tone. They never really came back from that.
Yeah.
Mounir had a great game 2. Was able to definitely hold his weight, but they just never were able to develop that momentum, develop that synergy to be able to push it over to their direction.